guys, how's it going? With Valentine's Day right around the corner, I decided to hop on the bandwagon and do a little love-themed video. So today I'm going to be doing the Love Triangle game. I believe this was originally created by jessethereader. I'll leave his video linked down below. The game is very simple. What I did is I picked a bunch of character names, put them all on pieces of paper. I'm going to pick out 3 at a time and decide the love triangle. I know in Jesse's original video, he picked the first character and then he picked which of the 2 others would go with that character. I've seen a couple variations of it, so I'm going to do it slightly different. I'm just going to pick 3 characters and pair them up regardless of order. And of course, for the purpose of this game, we're just going to assume that everybody's attracted to everybody. So without further ado, let's get into it. First, we have Penny from The Bargaining, Daenerys from Song of Ice and Fire, and Gimli from Lord of the Rings. Oh, okay. Lord of the Rings and Song of Ice and Fire are both really well known. If you don't know what The Bargaining is, it's the horror book that I read last month. I have a review on it if you're wondering. I'm gonna pair up Daenerys and Penny because Daenerys is a tough, badass, mother of dragons, and Penny is kind of a moody teenager, and I just think that Dany would really smarten her up. So yeah, I'm gonna pair these ones up. Sorry, Gimli. Round 2. Jon Snow from Song of Ice and Fire, Nomi from Grace and Fury, and Rowan from Scythe. Ooh, okay. I think I'm gonna go with Nomi and Rowan. I can't quite see either of them with Jon Snow, and they're both kind of in similar situations of they get thrown into this world that they don't really want to be in, and then they kind of make the most of it, and then they realize that it's not that bad and they can use it to their advantage, and they're both kind of crafty and good at just dealing with whatever gets thrown at them. So I think they'd be a pretty good couple. So Nomi, Rowan, I ship it. Noelle from It's Kind of a Funny Story, Hagrid from Harry Potter. Oh, there's too many here. And Wade/Parzival from Ready Player One. Okay. If you haven't read It's Kind of a Funny Story, Noelle is one of the other characters in the mental institution. She's mostly depressed and is in there for a lot of severe self-harm, and she wears a t-shirt that says "I hate boys." Just so you know. I don't think that Wade and Noelle would work together. And I feel like Hagrid would take Wade under his wing kind of like he did with Harry. And I think that Hagrid's a gentle enough spirit that he could help Noelle deal with her issues and kind of overcome some things. So I'm gonna go with Hagrid and Noelle. Vin from the Mistborn series, Willy Wonka from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and Serena from Grace and Fury. I think that Vin would hate Willy Wonka, and I don't think Willy Wonka would like Serena very much. I kind of like Vin and Serena, especially later book Serena. I also think they would start off hating each other, and it would be the hate to love trope, because they're kind of moving in opposite directions. Vin's this street thief urchin who has to try to live a civilized life, and Serena is, prim and proper and then has to, get knocked to the bottom of the ladder there. So I feel like they would start off really resenting each other, but then they would kind of learn how to take little bits of the other one and kind of find this middle ground. The more I think about it, the more I kind of ship it. Vin and Serena. Aragorn from Lord of the Rings, Harry from Harry Potter, and Atticus Finch from To Kill a Mockingbird. Ooh. Well, Atticus is way too much of a muggle for Harry. And I feel like he wouldn't necessarily agree with a lot of the things that Aragorn does. So I think process of elimination, I'm gonna go with Harry Potter and Aragorn. I feel like it would be a really unbalanced relationship though. Like I feel like it would kind of be a lot of Aragorn protecting Harry. I think basically Aragorn would act the same as Aragorn always does, but replace Frodo with Harry Potter. Yeah. Peeta from the Hunger Games. Craig from It's Kind of a Funny Story. And Lady Macbeth from Macbeth. Oh boy. So right away I can not see Craig and Lady Macbeth together because Craig is in a mental institution because he's depressed and he goes to therapy and is on antidepressants and all that stuff. And I feel like Lady Macbeth just isn't the kind of person to be supportive of that. Like, I feel like he would go and be like, hey, you know, I'm on my way to my therapy appointment, and she would just slap him and tell him to snap out of it. Like, I feel like she'd be like that. So, I cannot see them together. And you know, Peeta's had enough to deal with. So, I don't think Lady Macbeth is fair to him. So, I'm gonna go with Craig and Peeta, but they're both really, like, meek, for lack of a better word. So I feel like they would take the longest time to actually like start dating. I feel like they're one of those couples that would just like hang out about 40 million times and like go to supper together and see movies together and do a lot of like date-ish things, but neither one's like comfortable enough to say that they're dating, and then all of their friends are telling them like, okay, no, like you guys are dating, you guys are in love, like kiss each other or something. And I feel like it'd be a very, very, very slow romance. But I think that they would like, I think they could be cute. Bean from Ender's Game. And I'm going with Shadow Saga Bean. So like not the 4-year-old, but when he's an actual, you know, teenager / adult. Davis from Turtles All the Way Down. Interesting. And Khal Drogo from Song of Ice and Fire. Oh boy. What an interesting cast we have here. You know what? Actually, this might sound kind of strange, but I'm gonna go with Bean and Khal Drogo. If you haven't read the Shadow Saga of Ender's Game, Bean kind of becomes like this military kind of guy, and Khal Drogo is Khal Drogo, so I think that would actually kind of work. Bean and Khal Drogo. Interesting. Miss Honey from Matilda. Legolas from Lord of the Rings. And is it Citra or Citra? Citra, I think, from Scythe. Well, I definitely don't think that Miss Honey would approve of the Scythe world. And I have a feeling that Legolas would be like kind of patronizing to Citra. Like while she's trying to learn to fight and everything. I feel like they would annoy each other. You know what? I love Miss Honey. She's a friggin' sweetheart. I'm gonna give her the pretty boy. Miss Honey and Legolas. Yeah. Billy Buck from The Red Pony. Rand from The Wheel of Time. And Haymitch from Hunger Games. Now, I love Haymitch. He was one of my favorite characters in Hunger Games. So I really would like to pair him up with somebody and, you know, just give him that, like, cute little romance, but I think I'm gonna go with Rand and Billy Buck. If you don't know Billy Buck, it's from John Steinbeck's The Red Pony. He's the farmhand horse specialist at the farm. I feel like him and Rand could get along. Like, they're both kind of those, like, gruff exterior but secretly kind of loving guys. And I mean, Rand does a lot of traveling, so it would make sense for him to have like a horse guy on hand. Oh, that's actually so cute. It's probably like Billy Buck is in charge of taking care of all the horses, and because he's the best at it, he starts taking care of Rand's horse like specifically, and then they kind of just see each other all the time, and then Rand kind of starts to like really respect him because of how good he is at taking care of horses, and Billy Buck kind of just like admires him from a distance, and then they have this like great little romance going. So I'm sorry, Haymitch, you're still gonna be single, but Rand and Billy Buck, hella cute. Count Olaf from A Series of Unfortunate Events. Matt from The Wheel of Time. And Holden from Catcher in the Rye. Oh, this one's easy. Matt and Count Olaf 100%, which is good because I don't like Holden very much anyways. But Matt is just such a friggin' scoundrel and troublemaker, and I feel like he would just wind up with someone like Count Olaf. And I think that because Matt's kind of like a very chaotic good, I think that Count Olaf would kind of be attracted to that and then like learn to be good. So yeah, this one, very easy. Spider-Man. Perrin from The Wheel of Time. And the Doctor from Hologram's Handbook, which is from Star Trek Voyager. You know, I think I'm gonna go with the Doctor and Spider-Man because first of all, that's just very handy. Like when you're a superhero and probably always getting injured, it's really helpful to have like a doctor that you can really trust. And I feel like their sense of humor would really go along well together. Like the Doctor is very, very dry and Spider-Man is super sarcastic. And I feel like they could hang on it. And I feel like that would just be a really fun relationship. I love Perrin, but I don't know, he's too like sweet and gentle and kind. And I really don't think that he would get along with either of these ones. And I feel like he wouldn't pick up on sarcasm very well, and I don't think that he would be able to communicate. And communication is key, so sorry Perrin, but Spider-Man and the Doctor. And I think, yeah, there's only 3 left, so this one is stuck to the bottom of the bowl. There we go. Hermione from Harry Potter, Lan from The Wheel of Time, and Kelsier from the Mistborn series. I love Kelsier, but I think he's too much of a frustrating troublemaker for Hermione. I can really see Lan and Hermione because they're both very like serious, like take their duties very seriously kind of people, but I don't think that it would be a very like passionate relationship. Like I feel like they would get married because it was right, and they would like, I feel like it would be a very like boring relationship. And I love both of these characters, but I don't know. I think that Lan and Kelsier, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, would kind of work though, because first of all, they're both very good fighters, and I think that they would do really well with each other. I think they would really respect each other, even if they didn't necessarily respect like where each other was coming from. I mean, Kelsier obviously wouldn't like Lan's noble side, and I think that Lan would find Kelsier's like just kind of recklessness really frustrating. But I think he would kind of take on like the warder role in the relationship, like just kind of taking care of him, watching his back, and I don't know, I feel like Kelsier could kind of lighten Lan up a little bit, and I feel like Lan could kind of teach Kelsier like a little bit of responsibility. So yeah, the more I think about it, the more I think Kelsier and Lan would definitely work. Sorry, Hermione. So that was the love triangle game. I found that really fun. I hope you guys had fun. Let me know what your guys' favorite pairing of this was down in the comments. I haven't decided what my favorite is yet, so I'm gonna leave my favorite as a comment as well, because that'll kind of stall for time a little bit. And if you're single this Valentine's Day or don't celebrate it, there are all of these discarded characters for you to choose from, so, you know, I kept them for you. If you enjoyed this video, please click the like button so I know, and feel free to subscribe. I post videos every Wednesday and Saturday, usually reading or writing related. I also started using Twitter. My link is in the description there. I hope to see you guys next time, and until then, have a great day. Bye!